Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Claire. This is going to be the video pick a card for the week of the 4th to the 10th of August. We're outside again today because I really enjoyed doing this last week. So I'll show you guys where we are later, but we're just like beside all of this sweet pea, and I'm filming this on Lunasa, so it felt really important to be outside because it's just so beautiful, and yes, life is good. So, housekeeping. These are general readings, guys. So, do use your intuition when deciding what resonates and is right for you. You should always be signing off internally before you take advice from anybody. So I just want to extend that to you before we really get into the pick a card. You can already have your card 1, 2, or 3 in mind. For that, I will have the timestamps in the description box down below. Feel free to check that out if you don't want to watch all 3, but you can if you want, because you're going to get advice for the upcoming week either way. So let's get into it. I'm not doing the astrology again today because I don't want to. And it's my channel, so I can do whatever I want. Okay, what is the collective energies for the week of the 3rd to 10th August? God, it's so nice outside. What are the collective energies? Okay. All right, we've got the Queen of Wands, classic. 4 of Cups, Page of Swords, the Sun reversed, and the Hangman reversed. Okay, bottom of the deck is the 3 of Pentacles reversed, so, and the Ace of Cups reversed. So I really kind of get the feeling that things are going to start moving for a lot of us. There was a lot of delays in communication, maybe, a lot of overthinking some sort of things, and just really kind of a pause or a waiting for clarity to finally find us. That I think this week, the stagnation period is over. The waiting is done. It's time to move on with our lives. Thank God, aren't we excited? So we have the Queen of Wands, which is Leo. This is all of us Leo kings and queens and everyone who gets to enjoy when the sun is out and we're able to really, it's talking about celebration. This is a time to celebrate yourself. How much do you love yourself? How much do you love your passions? The way that you uniquely express yourself, the things that are so specific to you that nobody else can replicate them. But what are those things? How do you celebrate them? How do you share them with the world? Or in what ways do you keep them to yourself? In what ways is it a challenge for you to really let people in? In what ways is it easy for you to say, I am unapologetic about who I am and what I do and what makes me smile? Or in what ways does that activate fear for you? I'm also seeing here, there is going to be a chance for us to reevaluate what happiness has been about for us. There might be some of us that are, again, getting into those popularity contests where it's like a lot easier to be happy for everyone all the time, because then we don't have to necessarily be vulnerable or learn how to accept care and affection from other people. But I really do think that we're going to have a chance to get out of our own way when we're doing that this week. I really feel like there's going to be some nice spiritual energy in the air, and we're going to have a chance to get back into that commitment with ourselves, getting the head and the heart back onto the same page. With this full moon, we have the moon in Aquarius, so that's the head, and we have the sun in Leo, so that's the heart, and they're not getting along, so we may be experiencing a little bit of that this week, but hopefully working with the energy so that we can liberate ourselves from the tyranny of either. Finding ourselves in a nice balance. Okay, that's the collective energies, guys. Woo! Nice. So, take a nice deep breath. Pick your card 1, 2, or 3. Again, you don't have to watch all 3 if you don't want to, but I encourage you to if you feel called to. And let's get into the pick a card. Okay, what are the collective energies, messages, and advice? Okay, we've got 1, we've got 2, and we've got 3. Timestamps are below. So the theme for all of these readings is going to be about letting go and rediscovering that joy piece again, with the 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So let's start with you, card number 1. All right, this is you. We have the 8 of Swords, and this guy jumped out. So this is a very clear message for you, card number 1. it's going to be time to liberate yourself from expectations. Really looking at what people expect from you, what people want from you sometimes, and what they are giving you in exchange. This can be talking about social contracts, and social contracts should always be meeting one need or another. I feel for you, it's going to be a really good time to be looking at your end of the social contract, whether you feel like you want to be leaning into that more and really like loving what responsibility can do for you and like loving the rewards that committing to your responsibilities can bring you. But it can also be on the flip side, questioning whether or not people are keeping you in a particular role because it is easier balance for them, so that they don't have to readjust in some way, so that they don't have to think about your needs maybe, or so that they don't have to reevaluate what balance in their lives look like, right? Because as soon as one of us heals, it's a ripple effect. Everybody around us has to then get on our level. So I think you're going to be dealing with some of that this week. Let's clarify this. 8 of Swords. We have the 10 of Wands reversed. We have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Queen of Wands for you. Okay, yeah, totally. So that responsibility piece, I feel like you might be really overwhelmed. I feel like you might be taking on too much. You know, there's lots of people in your environment that, might want a lot from you. And I feel like you're very sensitive to other people's needs, card number 1. I feel like you're really aware of what other people, how they need to be loved, I think, in some way. It's like being able to pick up on what other people's love languages are immediately, and then without being asked to, you'll do that, maybe because it has in the past felt really good to do that and to help other people in that way. But I do see, you're taking on a lot. You're taking on a lot. You might be overwhelmed this week. You might be overburdened, and it might just be time to look at what those patterns look like for you and how you can liberate yourself into healthier relationships and into having reciprocity in those ways, because you deserve it. And it does totally come back to you in your own healing process. So I encourage you to celebrate that for yourself this week. I hope that helps. Okay, moving right along. This is going to be card number 2. Okay, card number 2, we have the 2 of Swords for you. Okay, so crunch time for you guys, I feel. Decision-making time for some of you as well. You might be needing to find closure in some way. There's a crow that's just flying right overhead, and I'm going to take that as an omen, as yes, it's time to get really, really clear about a decision. It's time to look beneath the surface. Crow medicine is all about looking into the shadows. With the sun, the light is so bright sometimes that we don't always see what's hiding in the dark. So just make sure that you're not being blinded by somebody's light, that you're not being blinded by your own light maybe, or that you're not being blinded by eagerness to please maybe, but more the brilliance of something, a seductive aspect to the light that can neglect the shadow. So I feel like for you this week, it's just going to be about going a little bit deeper, a little bit more beneath the surface, a little bit more into a place of like, there's something that's about to reveal itself to you. There's a seed that you're maybe planting that is going to bear fruit. So this season for you right now is more about what are those fruits? Like what is it that you're planting? Really, really not allowing that sort of, again, that seductive energy of like anything is possible, or how can I put this another way? I think you know what I mean. Yeah, we've got the Hanged One reversed. So not allowing yourself to stagnate in that decision. For some of you, this will be really like getting clear about what needs to be done and doing it and making that decision for the fruits that you would like to see. Not spreading yourself too thin for some of you. Let's clarify one more. Sure. We have the King of Swords. Okay. And Ace of Pentacles reversed and the 7 of Wands reversed. Okay, so yeah, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. I feel like there's some opportunities that you're going to have to let slip by the wayside. You just might have to say no to some things, but you also might just be feeling so defensive that it's really, really hard to let things in. So just kind of asking yourself, like, am I stonewalling my own success? Do I feel comfortable committing to one thing? Getting really mentally clear about what your ambition is leading you towards and not being afraid of that ambition, really like working with it. And again, knowing what the fruits are that you're planting, like what is it that you want to be harvesting in 6 months, in 12 months, in 5 years, not necessarily getting super clear about the 5-year plan or whatever, but just kind of feeling really, really good internally about like how connected to it am I? How much of myself am I carrying into this? Or am I just kind of stopping my success from reaching me by keeping it at an arm's length? So I hope that that helps. That's it for you. And we're going to move on now. So this is going to be card number 3. Ooh, okay. 6 of Swords reversed for you guys. Hey? So card number 3. What's going on here, card number 3? I feel like you're stuck. You might need to be walking away from something. There's a turned back or some closure that you're craving. Something that you want to close the door on, maybe, for some of you. Feeling a bit of fear for some uncertainty in the future, feeling a bit of fear of like, if I choose to make this change, I don't know what it's gonna do, and I feel for you that there's some emotional upset that comes with that, and so not really wanting to make the transition, not really wanting to make the change, not really wanting to go into that season, which is completely understandable. So let's clarify a little bit. We've got the Tower reversed, we've got the Page of Swords reversed, we've got the Knight of Pentacles for you, and we have the King of Cups reversed. Oof. Ooh. That's ouch. That's big ouch. Ooh. Ooh, fuck me. Okay, I feel like there's some really deceptive people in your life. There's some people who are really not being honest about their intentions and not being honest about themselves. You might be dealing with addictive patterns. You might be dealing with walking away from addiction in some way. For some of you, maybe 1 or 2 of you, that will be, but really overvaluing, placing too much value in one perspective or in getting your way. For some of you, again, this is spicy girl hours this week, guys. Like, there's a lot of like combative kind of stuff. Check out the chamomile video. It will really help you. But if this isn't you, if this is people in your environment, they are not to be trusted. And you know this, but you're fighting the change with the Tower reversed. You're not wanting to walk away. You don't trust yourself to really do what needs to be done. You don't trust yourself to go on that journey. And I feel like part of that is because you know the journey is going to be long and slow, and it's going to require effort over an extended period of time. So fighting this Tower moment is only going to make it worse in the long run for you guys. I do see that there is like some mental confusion, some emotional confusion, and unfortunately it does look like it's coming back down to not wanting to make this change. But again, there are these people cannot be trusted in your life. You have to be able to create a self-care model, like make an aggressive self-care model for yourself where you know when you are in this place. Who do you talk to? What practices help you get grounded? And what is the long-term plan for you? How do you extricate yourself from that and bring your integrity with you without necessarily burning too many bridges? Even though, I mean, if you need to burn bridges, I would kind of encourage you to do so, because this isn't a fun energy to be in. So I'm sorry to say, card number 3, I do see some changes coming up for you this week, but I do hope that as they approach, that you are understanding that these are things that are going to free you in the long term from addictive patterns, from deceptive people, from things that aren't serving you in the long run. So I hope that that helps. I'm going to do a last look today. So if y'all are still here, this is going to be that last look. How can we all be working with the collective energy for this week. All right. We've got the Ace of Cups reversed, we've got the Two of Cups, cute, and we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so it's time to unfreeze our emotions, basically. If we've been putting up a front that we're okay, that we don't need love, you know, like, what's that song? The One by Georgia Smith? She's like, even if I find the one, like, I don't want it. Like, it's really time for us to, like, look at that and see if we're self-sabotaging, because it's time to share our gifts with someone else. I feel like it's time to thaw out those emotions. It's time to let our guard down, and really let things flow again. So I hope that this helps, guys. I really hope that you guys have a great week. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section down below. If you resonated with this video, please give it a like. It really does help, and I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Stay safe out there. Bye.